So over the last 18 months to 2 years, we have been working with CCL on doing a South African study on accelerating next generation leadership. The overview of the study, as I've mentioned, joint study between USB and CCL, and this is really what the study sought to do. We wanted to gather insights and perspectives from top leaders and the next tier of leader, those that have been identified for top leadership positions in the next 3 to 5 years. And in particular, we wanted to understand SA's unique and most significant leadership challenges. What are the characteristics of future leaders required, again, to Ursula's point, from an SA perspective and from an SA context? How do we address the challenges and leverage opportunities that present themselves in the context? Just the methodology that we followed, we did interview and we held semi-structured interviews, so it was a qualitative study that we did. We identified top South African organizations that were willing to participate, and then we went in at the CEO level. So you'll see the names of the organizations that participated. We interviewed in each of these organizations the chief executive officer of the organization concerned. We then asked the CEO to give us the names of 2 to 3 leaders who are the next tier down, who have been identified and are in the process of being developed to be the next future leaders. We then interviewed those next future leaders, so to speak, and then we also tried to, where possible, interview the human capital or the human resource executive in those organizations, or the chief learning officer or the head of L&D, as it may be. Challenges were expressed around the complexity of regulations, the change in economic environment, and of course a shift in consumer demographics. The ability to be nimble and agile and spot and capitalize opportunities, again, was thought by the respondents to be a pretty serious challenge. A lot of them suggesting that the nimbleness and the agility or the adaptability or lack thereof isn't what it needs to be, and opportunities then are not seized and capitalized on in time. And by the time they respond, it's too reactive and not sort of ahead of the curve, so to speak. Clearly, the collaboration was an issue. So collaborating across cultures, across levels. We in the interviews spoke about the boundary spanning and spanning vertical, horizontal, gender, generational, culture boundaries, etc., and through boundary spanning, bringing about genuine connectedness and increasing collaboration, given the challenges. And of course, the need to do that in the future world of work, the respondents were saying, is going to be even more important than it already is. And then the last one, not last in importance, but is the social consciousness or perspective. And that's thinking beyond the here and now, more of a future societal thinking, a good corporate citizen, so to speak, and integrating, and in fact, empathy as a business imperative is becoming and will continue to become even more important.